Hello, my name is Kayla Franklin, and today I'm going to walk you through how to use Mentimeter. Mentimeter is a wonderful tool for all educators to use in their classrooms. Essentially, it combines PowerPoint presentations or slideshows with the availability for your students to interact and provide feedback and share their feelings and their responses anonymously through the screen. So this is a wonderful tool to use for any classes that may be a little bit too quiet and who struggle to speak up in class and share their opinion and share their thoughts on any open-ended questions that you may share. But it's also a great tool to use for any class that is too loud and rowdy and rambunctious, and it really allows them to focus on crafting a good response that will be up on the board that the teacher will take into consideration, as well as the other students will get to see their thoughts and feel not so alone. I love this program and this system because it allows every voice to be heard so that not only just the one or two students who like to speak up the most get their thoughts out there, but it allows everyone to submit their responses anonymously. So, if you go up to the top where it says Education, we are going to click on Classroom Lessons. And if we scroll down, we can actually see towards the bottom there are classroom lesson templates. I love this. This is a ready-made template right here over the concept of fractions. I'm going to say Add Template and Open. And now we can see that this is a 22 slideshow and presentation that you can use for your students. They will get to see this slideshow up on the board as well as get to connect through this Menti code at menti.com. So it has our title page, the concept of fractions. Then we have an introduction page that lets them know how this is going to work, as well as that all answers are anonymous, which gives that sense of safety to the students where their opinions and what they choose to say won't be judged whether it's right or wrong. Here's a criteria for success, as well as this is a wonderful word cloud that you can use to start to assess their prior knowledge and see what your students may be thinking prior to even learning about the concept of fractions. You can choose to do a word cloud, you can do a multiple choice question, you can do an open-ended response to let them say how they feel in more words than one, you can do a scale, have a ranking system, do a Q&A so that they can ask us questions and that someone else can also answer at the same time so they can get answers from their peers. A guess the number, 100 points. There can be a grid as well or a pin on an image. There's also ways to quiz them and multiple different content slide types. I love personally to look at multiple choice questions where here it will tell you what happens to the quotient when the numerator increases, and they get to see this actually laid out for them. And they can answer that the quotient is increasing, decreasing, or it could either increase or decrease, and that will be their answers. They will be tallied. Responses are hidden from here, but then they will be shown that this is indeed the correct answer. This pre-created slide also has a quiz towards the bottom where their students get to put their name in and answer these questions, where you can actually use it as an assessment on the teacher's end. So now you know whose work is whose. It's a little bit higher pressure, but it's also just freedom in the fact that they get to use their phones or their devices to connect through, and they don't have to answer loud and proud to the crowd. So they get to keep it all within themselves, and you as a teacher get to know what they're answering and what they are doing. I hope that this gives a little insight into how to use Mentimeter. I highly recommend it for any classroom that you intend to teach. It's a beautiful way to mix interactivity with PowerPoint/slide presentations. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great time trying it out.